What's better in arm wrestling? Not getting your arms straight or not being able to bend them?
If you're not able to bend your arm, you probably are eating just with left or, I don't know, shape. Nothing is good. You're wondering why I still can extend or flex my arm and some others can't?
Yeah. Show me full range of motion. Go from side. Yeah. I show him how much you can do this.
You mean flexion? Yeah. Right arm is maybe a little bit limited, but it's quite good. And if I warm up, it could be even better. And if I do some rehab after workouts regularly, it's excellent. It's excellent of 25 plus years or so of arm wrestling.
How can everyone do it?
Be smart. No, question. Thing is, there could be different ways or different options. One is if you feel limitation in the soft tissues and you, for example, try to extend your arm and you feel that your soft tissue, I would say muscles, which are flexor muscles like biceps brachia, brachioradialis, brachialis, muscles are too tight and they are just like stretching, same as you trying to stretch your leg or any other muscle. And same with flexion. You could feel that you try to flex your arm and your flexor extensor muscles like main extensor is triceps is, I would say, short or tight. And you can work on those soft tissue with different techniques, with help from some massage therapists, chiropractor, physiotherapy. You can work yourself with we can show in some videos with myofascial balls, with some rollers, with massage gun, with dry needling, electric stimulation, different ways, a shock wave, or different ways how to work on that. Second, which is probably not so easy to do anything, is when it's like hard tissue and you try to extend your arm and it's like you open door and that's it. It's like not going further. It's like bone. It's usually degeneration in a joint that already you can't extend or flex, and it's like that's it. And
but that happens like if you don't pay attention to the first one, right?
Very often, absolutely, is that your soft tissue has been tight for years, and very often also after changes in this soft tissue, in muscles, in the ligaments. After that, also it could happen that bone, but not always. Not always. There could be some degeneration because of load, because of stress for that joint as well. And one more thing, like maybe even third option, I would say it's possible that there are some hematoma or edema inside joint after some injuries, after some loads, that you feel that there is just pressure inside joint, that you're trying to flex your arm and you feel like inside joint, like there is something inside between. So maybe edema, maybe some leftover after some injuries, and that will happen also very often. That if you get some collateral ligament injury or some attachment injuries, that body will just kind of make this contracture of limitation of this mobility in joint.
Can you show some things that we can do? Let's say if you can come closer, how do I work on tricep tissue?
GM press is one of the best ways, actually. GM press or I sometimes do similar. I don't do too often GM press, but it's passive stretching. If you talk about exercise, passive stretching is not always best way just to try to passively get it closer. Usually I do some dynamic variations. I just like push-ups in different positions. I show it right now on a table, but I can do the same, those diamond push-ups, or I do similar with I use most often red cord system or TRX, but this works fine as well to get more this closer range of or flexion. Similar here, just you can do those partials, and you want to feel this. I would say kind of probably even little stretch at end of, and you can do, of course, full range of motion. And it is more or less same what gym press will do. You can do similar on a floor with those push-ups. But the thing what you want to feel is to have some probably stretching feeling in elbow joint, but not really compression inside the joint and pain inside the joint. If you will do it really through pain and it will get worse, pain will go up, probably you will make it even worse. You want to feel like a stretch inside. With extension, it's kind of similar. In arm wrestling, we don't do too much full ranges and we do so much static loads and partials. So with flexor muscles, it's kind of similar. And if you will do biceps here in a standing position, usually you will not get too much stretch in this end range position. And if you want to have a stretch in end range position, you need to have this almost or 45 or sometimes even more position of humerus. What I do is usually with lightweight, I try to even extend my wrist and to have this stretching. But again, I will not do it as a classic stretching and hold it for 30 or 40 seconds. I will do it more dynamical. I want to have this stretch and a flex. In arm wrestling and in most sports, you don't want too much passive range of motion. You want active, you want to be strong also in that range of motion. And of course, if you do it with a big weight, that's one of most common exercise to have some muscle tears or even tendon tears or reattachments. So be careful by using too heavy for this one. It's from active exercise there, but there are hundreds of ways how to do it. And of course, I would say one thing is exercise, what is necessary to do. Other is work with soft tissue after trainings or some other day. Just do some rehab training, do general training, do full range of motions, pull-ups, push-ups, bench presses. Even when you try to do some press, every time you extend your elbow, doesn't matter overhead press or bench press, you try to extend your elbow. If you're doing just too much specifics and don't do general, that's probably like in any other sport. Specific is good, specific is what will make you stronger in the sport, but too much for too long could be also too much damage. Okay, another variation of working on elbow extension, when you could add some rubber band for extra support and extra stretch on extended position. But again, I would do it dynamic version, like this.
Yeah, not just hold it.
Not just hold it, yeah. Usually in body, everything should be in balance. It's like stability and mobility. And very often, if we are having some injuries or we have had some even tears in our ligaments, like a medial ligament tear, which could be quite often in arm wrestling, body tries to create more stability because ligament as passive stabilizer before has stabilized the joint, and if you miss something or something is injured or damaged, body tries to create more stability. So also that's one more thing why we could see so much those contractions and loss of range of motions in arm wrestling because of all those injuries. Body, it's like self-saving, stabilizing systems try to create this contraction of joint.
If you're an arm wrestler, what would be worse, when you can't straighten your arms or you can bend them completely?
Theoretically, in arm wrestling, if you can't extend your elbow, it could be as a
King's move.
Absolutely, it could be beneficial if you're like, okay, that's good. I can pull. If you can't get full flexion, theoretically it's a disadvantage because you want to pull in a more or less tight, close, good angles. If you can do just 90 degrees and that's it. And we have seen many great arm wrestlers struggling with that. Probably
Best example,
Krasi, yeah, also Pascal Girard. They are pulling lately in very open angles, and in some positions they are too far away from arm and they can't really support this press with shoulder. They can't get behind the shoulder. They have to pull in those, sometimes I would say, ugly open angles. And yeah, probably that's, if we talk about arm wrestling for life, both are not great. You want to eat with both arms.